Welcome back to AwardBusters 2018 year in review for movies.
Yay!
I'm your host, Brian. Steven.
I said my yes way too early.
You did. Steven, say your yes now.
Yes now.
Rayce.
Here.
Alex.
Hey, howdy, hey.
Fair. Where's that from?
Toy Story Mania. Welcome to our practice game.
Oh no, here
Is
we
that something
go.
you did? Like that's part of your job thing?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Hi. Hey, howdy, hey.
It
Welcome
seemed
to Toy
way
Story
too
Mania.
rehearsed not to be something you actually rehearsed. Anyway, we're going to talk about the year in movies. I realized in research for this podcast that I've saw far too few movies this year. So much, in fact, that my goal for this year is to watch at least one movie a week. I've already watched two. The two I watched this week thus far are in my top 5 for last year. That's how
Good.
big of a deal this is for me. Some of them are pretty darn high. Alex.
I feel like I've seen a lot of movies this year, but my still need to see list here on my notes is just about as long as my movies I have seen this year list that I counted as good movies.
Before we move on, read it. Just
The whole thing?
Just not that list out. Just the ones you haven't seen yet.
Oh, that I haven't
Yeah,
seen.
knock through those.
These are including movies that are in theaters right now. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Mary Poppins Returns. Bad Times at El Royale.
Okay, that's one of the ones I almost watched last night. I heard it was really good.
Okay.
That's Drew Goddard. I didn't know
Caleb
that.
talks out a lot about it.
Drew Goddard is the director of, what's the movie? Cabin in the Woods, and I love that movie.
Ooh.
He did that.
Oh,
That's his next movie, so I can't wait for that. Keep going.
A Simple Favor.
What's that about?
That's the Anna Kendrick and your
Oh,
girl.
Blake Lively,
Blake
right?
Lively.
Yes, okay.
Wait, I actually heard she's really good in
Yeah,
this.
I've heard she's
I actually
really
heard she's
good
really
in
good in this.
Oh.
I don't believe it at all, but I heard it.
Welcome to Marwin. That's the
Steve Carell?
Steve Carell
That
movie.
looks good.
It looks cute. Ralph Breaks the Internet.
I'm
I'm
so
really
up-
mad at myself that I haven't seen that because you know how groundbreaking it is that they were able to get all the princesses there for the voice acting. You know, all the living ones, but.
I didn't realize that. Did
It's
they really?
all the princesses, all of them,
That's
every
awesome.
single one of them, and it's like a big deal, y'all. Talk about Infinity War is the crossover event of the century. Nah, man.
It's Ralph Breaks the
Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Is this a meltdown or is this like excitement? Because it's like both at the same time that you didn't see it.
I feel
I'm
this-
very upset that I haven't seen
She's
it.
really excited that she hadn't seen it. So she can't be that excited. Anyway, you were busy.
Yeah, it's been a year, friends.
Is that Crazy Rich Asians? That's
Crazy
next?
Rich Asians.
I heard that was really good.
Rayce wants to see that one too. I know.
Actually, really
It's got a
good.
lot. It had a really good cast.
The
Got a good
Halloween movie. I kept on trying to get someone to go see that
cast.
with
You
me.
disgust me. How did you not see that?
No
That's
one
like
would
a-
go see it with me, and I'm not going to go sit by
disgusting.
myself.
That movie is. You should have seen it.
Rayce won't watch scary
For
movies.
shame.
He's
For-
a big
Well, that's what
old
we're all here
baby.
for. We'll watch scary movies.
Yeah.
Me and Steven all the way.
Yeah.
We'll drag race. Make him scream.
Black Klansman.
Heard that was great. I didn't
That
see it
one
either.
looks good. Hereditary.
Okay, Hereditary I saw 2 nights ago.
Widows.
What?
That's the one about all the women whose their
I thought you were gonna
husbands.
say All Widows. That's the one about the widows.
I mean, it is. Their husbands were police officers, and they ended up being corrupt officers, and they all got killed. And now,
Oh, I
like
saw
the people
trailer for
that
I saw the trailer for that. Okay.
were working with the husbands are like, well, you better get the money for
Who's in
us. It's the chick from Suicide Squad.
Which one?
Amanda.
Amanda Waller.
Hug and
Okay.
kiss.
All I know is it's got Michelle Rodriguez in it, and I'm super
Yeah.
happy.
her.
Oh, I'm no longer interested. I can't stand Michelle Rodriguez.
Really?
Oh, really?
I can't stand her.
What?
I think she's a one-note actress, not a fan.
Well, she's definitely one. Have you seen
yeah.
SWAT? Her best performance.
Which one?
SWAT.
Okay, well, I haven't
It's
seen
just she's the same person as
What's
her
that?
films.
Life Itself. That's the one that I've only seen a few commercials for, but it's got Oscar Isaac and the
Oscar
chick
Isaac.
from House.
it. Jennifer Morrison?
Was she 13 in House?
Huh?
I just know her from House.
House, the TV show?
Yeah,
13.
13. That's why
She
he
a
called her
robot?
13. No, he just called her 13 because she was
Oh.
like intern 13.
Is she the main girl in the show?
Yeah.
That's Jennifer Morrison, right? She was in the Fable show. What's the Fable show? Once Upon a Time. The same girl?
Okay.
No.
Then who are you talking about? From Olivia Wilde?
Yes.
Oh my
her.
god, she's not the girl from House. Jennifer Morrison's the girl from House. Good lord.
No, Jennifer
Alex.
Morrison's the girl from
Arguments
Once Upon a
already.
Well, now
Time.
they're pretty big. Next.
I lost my. Oh, Searching, the one about the dad on the internet.
That looks good.
Ocean's 8.
Yeah, I thought I would see that in theaters.
I was very shocked I didn't. I love the original.
I did
actually.
too. I thought the-
forgot that
As
exists.
a guy who super enjoys like thieves and heist
I thought the
movies.
female-
And I'm a woman who enjoys woman movies. So
I thought that was I think that one played better than like the Ghostbusters thing did. Like it was a better version.
Unpopular
of
opinion, I enjoyed the Ghostbusters.
It's fun.
I did
fun.
too, and that's a very unpopular opinion, but I'm with you.
And Steven's like a massive Ghostbusters guy, not
Yeah.
just like a regular fan. He's absurd about it. Next one.
Instant Family.
You made that up. Next one.
No,
Instant Family.
it's in the theaters right now. Is it Mark Wahlberg or Matt Damon? I always get them confused.
Why would you? One's
They're
good,
like the
one's
same
not.
person to me. I can't
Alex.
tell
Which one
the
talks about
difference.
Tom Brady more? Mark Wahlberg.
Okay, another one that I'm really mad at myself for not having seen yet. Christopher Robin.
I know, but the trailer made me almost. I think I teared up at the trailer. Good lord. That looks
Hellfest.
That's where you go after that.
great. Christopher
with
Robin
Hellfest?
in Hellfest.
The Possession of Hannah Grace.
That looks good.
Lizzie, which is another Lizzie Borden reenactment movie.
That's
Okay.
gotten
I'm excited
so
about
much.
that.
The
'cause
Lizzie
I
Borden series,
loved,
super good.
Yes, I love the series.
What I saw of it. The one with the girl from the Speed Racer.
The girl from Addams Family.
And Adam's Family. Speed Racer is more recent. Adam's Family, she's a little girl. in
Addams
it.
Family was better.
Speed Racer's good.
God, it's been a while
People
since I've
hate
seen
on
Speed
Speed
Racer.
Racer. Speed Racer's good, dude.
Like all my
My
last
name's
movies
Rayce.
are.
Who do you think my nickname
you
was as
have
a
to.
kid?
All my last movies are all horror movies. So Lizzie, First Purge, Slenderman.
I thought that said Sailor Moon. I was like, it's not a horror movie, and you're weird for choosing that. Slender Man, I heard, was real not good.
Tuxedo Mask was scary.
My dad, we were at the Redbox and my dad was like, I want to see Slenderman. I'm like, really?
I love
Dad?
Slender Man. Like, I love the idea of Slender Man.
Yeah.
I love the games and stuff. But I
Yeah.
heard the movie. And if you haven't seen it on HBO, the documentary about the girls that killed their friend, excellent documentary.
Really?
Excellent
Oh, I need to see
documentary.
it.
It's very good.
Strangers Pray at Night and Bad Samaritan.
That
I
sounds
heard
cool.
someone told me Bad Samaritan was really good, so I'm
Haven't
like, I gotta
even
put that on my
heard of that one.
list.
I think I haven't seen any of those except for Halloween. I
didn't
can't.
see
Halloween's so important.
Any.
Halloween was an important movie. Not
Yes.
as good as it should
Wait, I
have
saw one of those on the list.
People
Not as
say
good.
it's the first slasher. It's not the first slasher.
It's not my favorite horror movie of all time. Well, I probably Babadook, but take that away, and it's the first Halloween. I think it's incredible. I think it feels more like it makes me feel cold, makes me feel like a fall. Like I
Yes.
should put a jacket on when I'm watching it, even though it was filmed in California. So I don't know how they did it. It's incredible. They literally painted leaves and just put like the same bag over and over again. Because I could talk about Halloween forever. Anyway,
That's me with Scream. Scream
I
is
love
my.
Scream 1 too. It's so good.
all-time.
Halloween 1, they pitched this new Halloween as this is a sequel to the first one. So for instance, the whole thing where Laurie Strode as Michael Myers' sister is not
Yeah.
in the first Halloween movie. That's something
Right.
they put in the second one. It just became the lore. This movie ignores all that.
It ignores
Like,
everything from the second
It is
movie
part
on.
one. It's a sequel to part one. So I expected them to be able to recapture the feeling of one, and it felt too much like a modern horror movie, and I was very disappointed. It's a good movie. It's worth seeing. But it felt too much like Michael Myers was a monster. And if you recall, and you've seen the first Halloween movie, he's weird.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a big brute necessarily. He's weird. Like when he hangs the guy, kind of looks at him like a puppy dog. It's weird.
Yeah.
He puts his sister's...
Enjoying his art piece.
Enjoying his art. He puts his sister's gravestone on the bed with a body. At that time, you don't know there's any connection because there wasn't when they wrote it. So it's just a super weird thing. He's a weird killer guy, and I liked that. He made me feel uneasy, and now he's just
He
another.
kills too many dogs.
He's another
My
Jason
favorite.
now, and I don't think that's interesting. Anyway, you should see it.
I'm a Freddy girl myself. And Ghostface.
One
obviously,
thing
but-
you did not mention because you saw them all was comic movies in 2018. Now we've probably talked about this more
Yes,
than
because I've
possible
seen-
on this podcast. Standouts, of course, being Avengers: Infinity War,
Yes.
Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, Aquaman for some people,
Black Panther.
Panther being the other ones,
Deadpool
Ant-Man,
2.
Deadpool 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Very good year in comic movies.
Does Incredibles 2 count?
Totally can.
Yes. And I'm sad I haven't seen it because Incredibles is my favorite Disney film all time.
Incredibles still is my favorite. It
yeah.
still is my favorite. And
Can't relate.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I think surpassed the first Incredibles.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Incredibles 2, but I did not love it. I just
Agreed.
liked it. And everybody
Okay,
who
that's
saw it with
agreeable.
me loved it. It was weird. Everybody wanted to see
I
it.
loved it, but it wasn't as good as the first one.
But still very worth watching.
But it was still very worth
The
watching.
Jack Raccoon scene is like all-time great scenes.
Good.
But that's kind of it to me. I thought the villain was kind of a letdown, and it just wasn't. The
I
first one was
like
just
the
so good.
villain.
It's hard to follow that up.
I really like Elastigirl, and this is like an Elastigirl movie.
I love Elastigirl.
Good.
Elastigirl's my
Like
favorite
she
character in the first one.
is, the first one is Bob getting his run. This is
Yeah.
her turn. It is a woman movie. Let's go. So I
wanted more.
I enjoyed it.
I wanted more from it because
Yeah.
I literally.
I wanted
Elastigirl's
more
my
with the
favorite character in it.
kids. I felt like they were rehashing a lot of the stuff in the first movie that was solved in the first movie.
Yeah.
That was the main problem.
That's kind of true.
It was kind of like there wasn't a need for it. Like Toy Story 2, I remember when they announced Toy Story 2, I was like, they shouldn't do this. And then it was awesome, right? Toy Story 2 is great.
You know, I still
and 3 is great. 4 is this year, right?
I'm so excited.
You want to hear somebody scream real quick? Sure. And it's not me. I still haven't seen Toy Story 3.
Excuse me.
No, you shouldn't.
No.
You'll kill him.
It's so good.
It is incredible.
So,
so good.
one of my New Year's resolutions is to actually watch movies. Of course, like
For
Brian
the
said,
listeners
go back
that
and,
didn't know and didn't get from the beginning of this podcast, I worked at Toy Story this year at Toy Story Mania in Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World. So
I assume you were the girl cowboy.
I was not a character.
Oh, what did you do?
I was a toy.
Oh, that's neat.
AKA I told people, right this way, 2 by 2, pull down your lap bars.
That's
Welcome
hilarious.
aboard.
Oh, is it a ride?
Stick with your moving buddy. Yeah, it's a
I
ride.
didn't know it was a ride.
It's a video game ride.
What?
Yeah, you
What do you mean?
go through and you're in a little turret and you got this little cannon looking thing and you pull the string and it shoots stuff at the screens. You have 3D glasses and it's a boardwalk carnival style games. And
so not like on a rail that moves. You get in it.
yeah.
Okay.
And it spins around and the characters are like, hey, hit the stuff with the pies. And you're like,
Stuff with the pies.
and then you learn as an employee, you get to learn all the secrets. So that's the one video game I could kick Rayce's butt every single time. So
I mean, 1 out of a million ain't too bad.
Oh man, movies! Wow, we got
Toy
off track.
Story.
My bad.
best Pixar movie.
That was your fault, Stephen.
That was
Exclusively
I just
your fault.
yeah.
Before we get to
No.
the best movies of 2018, our personal list, not necessarily predictions, but like, what is 2019? What are you looking forward to in 2019 the most?
Toy Story 4.
When is that?
2019. I don't know. But there's a lot of movies
Thanks
coming
for
out in
narrowing
21
down
second.
the
I
year.
have my notes. Give me a second.
That's
Okay,
hilarious.
while she's going, I'm looking forward to an unspoiled,
Oh my god.
spoiler-free day, launch night,
First showing.
First showing.
First showing.
watching
Endgame.
Infinity War Endgame.
Did
Avengers
you
Endgame.
hear the rumor that Disney has committed to all of the marketing for that movie will only be scenes from the first 20 minutes of the movie? That's the rumor.
Of a 3-hour movie, right?
About a 3-hour movie, yeah. I hope that's true. I don't believe it. They said there may be I think Kevin Feige said that's kind of the plan with probably some exceptions. I think when they show Ronan in the trailer, that's probably a little later in the movie. That being said, if they can keep
And
most of it
Ant-Man.
to the first 20 to 30 minutes, I think you're going to be in good shape. Because apparently there's multiple big surprises in that film. Yeah, there's no way I will not see that the first showing.
Yeah.
I will make that. I don't care what's happening at work. I don't care if it happened in my personal life. I don't care if I'm dying.
Agreed.
Unless I'm already dead.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
seeing
even
that.
let you with that. I'm gonna wheel you in
Just
the hearse.
wheel my corpse in, dude. I've got to see it. First
Don't
day.
you stop me. This man must see it. He's
And
dead. I do not
nowadays,
care.
Usually your first showing's at 5, which is awesome. Because a 3-hour movie soon
Right.
by 8, which is incredible. Anything? What else are we looking for? So we got Toy Story.
Toy Story 4.
Enthusiastically Toy Story. Avengers Endgame.
June.
June?
Yeah, June. Toy Story 4.
Captain Marvel is April, May, March. March?
It is.
Something with an M. Someday that ends in Y.
It's not showing me the date.
It's got to be March. It's
Yeah.
not February, right?
No, can't be.
Endgame
It's March.
is May, or they moved up to April? Still May, right?
May.
Still May.
Yeah.
I think it's March then.
Yes.
There's Lion King, the live action
Lion
movie.
King, I really
Aladdin.
dug the trailer.
The
The
live
Aladdin
action-
trailer didn't dig.
The
Didn't
people
dig that
are
trailer.
hashing on that. I'm excited.
I think it's going to be a movie that's not going to do well critically, but for some reason everybody loves it,
I think
despite the fact.
money-wise, it'll be fine. And
It's
I
got Will
liked-
Smith.
I know. I want to
I
see it.
think he'll be great. The genie picture, I didn't worry me at all. I think that's fine. I just
Yeah.
didn't like the trailer wasn't. Then again, all they've done with the trailers is recreate the old trailer, so I
It's
get
a
what they're
teaser
going for.
trailer. It's not a real
totally-
trailer yet.
And like they were just gonna echo the first one,
Yeah.
so yeah. Same thing with Lion King.
The new Dumbo movie looks good.
actually looks
and
pretty
it's a
good.
new story, so
I
I'm
hope it's a
excited about
return to
that.
form for Tim Burton. Star Wars is this year.
Yep. It Chapter 2.
Yes!
Is this year.
Probably,
Very excited
aside
about that.
from Avengers, my most look forward
I
to
feel like nobody
movie.
reacted to Star Wars more. I feel like that y'all would have said something.
I'm very excited.
I'm not
about
a Star Wars fan.
but
Yes, he's different.
I like Star Wars. I'm not into it
I
like
love Star Wars.
fans are.
love
Like,
Star
I'll watch movies, I
Wars.
enjoy them, and then that's it.
I really like Star Wars, but it's not something like I'm
feel
like, oh
like
my god.
In our
Like,
group text,
I'll
we
watch
went
it and it's
over
gonna be
a
fun.
lot of Star Wars
I love
earlier
Star
this
Wars.
week.
I liked 9. I didn't not 9. I liked 8 a lot, but I did not love it, and I hope to love 9. I loved.
You talking
I
about Last
enjoyed
Jedi?
Yeah, I liked it, but I
Oh,
didn't
see,
love
that's
it. I liked it, but did not love it. There were parts that I didn't. Canto Bight should have been in there. Anyway, what else? Anything else big?
Yes.
Yes.
What?
Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Spider-Man's huge,
Of
obviously.
course, for
Duh.
us, it's gonna be amazing. Detective Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu.
Has
Yes.
to
Love.
be. I don't care. I
I
want to see
hate
it.
that. That's like
Oh.
probably going to be
Oh.
okay.
Yeah.
Frozen 2.
What?
Frozen 2 comes out this year, y'all.
Oh.
Because
Does
they
it
will
really?
not let it go. But
Oh no.
Way too proud of yourself.
DZ
Way too proud of
for
yourself.
those of you
short
who
on
also
income?
didn't know,
Wow.
I do birthday parties
as
as Elsa.
Do you
So yes, me and my sister are Anna and Elsa for princess play dates. Hire us for your next birthday party. It'll be great.
A little self-insert there.
Little
No
self-insert.
problem there.
I'm trying to get superhero parties off the ground too, but
Awesome.
I personally can't wait for the Joker movie.
the Joker movie looks.
Joker movie looks great.
I don't know.
We just
I
haven't
don't
seen
know yet.
anything. We've
It's
seen
interesting.
pictures,
There are-
and that's what
there
makes
are-
me excited.
And the pictures I've seen, I'm into, and the one little set video I liked a lot. There are definitely red flags. The people who wrote that do not have a great track record. The director doesn't have a great track record, but Joaquin Phoenix has an amazing track record. So I am cautiously optimistic for that movie. We already talked about on a trailer episode. I think Godzilla looks pretty awesome.
Yep.
Pet Cemetery 2.
Pet Cemetery.
Wait, that's coming out this year?
Not
Yeah.
2 remake.
Yeah, sorry, remake.
And
Yeah.
I thought that trailer was awesome. Did you see the trailer?
Excited. Yes.
Incredible.
Oh, yes,
With
I
the kid
did. The
masks and
minute
stuff.
it came out, I was like, Pet
So-
Cemetery is my favorite. It and The Shining are like.
As being someone who's named after Stephen King, of course, why did I not know this is coming
You
out this
sh-
year?
oh.
Even though I already seen
The trailer's great.
tidbits about
If
it.
you hadn't seen the trailer, it's great. It is
My
a great
mom
trailer.
has passed down like almost all of her Stephen King books to me, and
The Langoliers is bad.
the thing. I love The Shining, and I love the movie, but if you read the book, it ruins the movie.
Like it's that much better.
The book is so much
That's what I've
better,
heard. I heard
and
it's
the
like a lot
movie is
different.
like nothing like it.
I heard it's a totally different.
One of the, if I remember correctly, one of the main things Stephen King said about the movie was the main guy, like he wanted, like in the
Jack.
book, it's an escalation to madness, versus in the movie, he felt like Jack
He
was always
started
a little
off-
messed up from the beginning.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, he was already
you
messed up at
definitely
the
said
beginning
that.
with the alcoholism and abuse.
Well, it
but,
sounds
you
bad,
know.
but like if you cast Jack Nicholson, there's going to be a hint of crazy.
And have you heard about like how they directed that movie? It was awful. They
For the girl, it was
yeah,
bad.
for her,
Yeah.
the director sat there and like isolated her, and
Yeah, she did not like her experience. I mean, we got a good performance out of her, but I'm not for that. I mean,
the kid didn't know he was in a horror movie. He
Art's
thought he was in a
cool,
really
but-
boring hotel movie.
I like that movie a lot. I think it's really good. I'm
should-
a Kubrick fan.
Yeah, we should do our movies. Are we done talking?
We talked about Sonic in one of our trailers.
We should definitely go into the best movies from last year now.
Yeah, we've talked about some bad ones.
Zombieland 2 comes out.
Oh,
Men in Black.
I'm
New
crazy
Mutants.
about that one.
The new How to Train Your Dragon. I'm excited about.
There's rumors that the X-Men Dark Phoenix movie is as bad as Fantastic Four. That's the
Really?
last report. Yeah, I don't know if it's
shock
legit.
me too
It
terribly
does
much.
look bad. All right, Steven's got a national championship game to watch, and so do I. So let's get to our top
Oh,
5
gross.
games, movies of the year. We will do round robin. Number
We're gonna
5.
do honorable mention.
Honorable mentions. Yes, we can do honorable mentions. I will go. Let's do one honorable mention apiece. So you got to narrow it
just
down.
one?
No.
Mine is like hard. Mine's hard to do. I'll start it, and this is tough to say, y'all.
Okay,
This is tough to say.
I got it.
I have 5. No, I have 4.
No, you've got one.
No,
You've got
I
to
got
figure it out.
4.
You've got to figure it out. For me, Halloween.
Okay.
Halloween's my honorable mention because I wanted it to be my top 5 so bad when they did the trailer for it. Because the trailer really did hit home. There are some stuff in the movie I did not think worked at all. There are some really forced lines. There is a build up to a line that I was very disappointed they actually said instead of letting you infer. And like I said earlier, he kind of stages him as a traditional serial killer instead of something more unique. Steven, what is
Black
your-
Panther.
Black Panther was almost mine.
Yeah,
That's why I
Black
said
Panther's
it.
my honorable mention
And then I looked at it. I moved
because
it in my head.
there's nothing wrong with the film.
Nope. It's great.
I think it's great. It's about, of all the Marvel films, middle of the pack for me.
Okay.
But I personally believe it has the best supporting cast of all of the Marvel films.
Best supporting cast?
Best supporting cast.
Oh, yeah.
Aside from Black Panther himself, I liked their supporting cast more, and it had more. I mean, there's just like, 5 or 6 characters that were in there that aren't like major key players that I knew about that I love.
Oh, yeah.
And all the other Marvel films maybe have 1 or 2 at most.
I agree with that totally.
Thor Ragnarok, I can't think clumps in a close second.
Thor Ragnarok would
But
be
it's
the
more
one
of like a
before you.
3-part, or 3 or 4 people main cast. So
I think if
whatever.
you go into Black
Was
Panther.
that this year?
Black Panther.
Black year before.
I think if you go
Okay.
into Black Panther
Yep.
and you don't know about the Dora Milaje, coming out of that, it's a super cool experience to learn about that whole group.
I love it.
I think that's awesome. Rayce.
Mine is going to end up being, for an honorable mention, even though it's not a great movie, is Venom. But
Okay.
that's mainly because I wanted it to do so well, and there's lots of
You recently watched that, right?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, we
just
watched it this
recently.
weekend.
Gotcha.
I wanted it to do so well. I'm slightly I'm disappointed it didn't do as well as it did. I could kind of tell beforehand that this was going to be my experience. But I do want to say they had things for Venom itself that were really good. That the character, as far as most things, was pretty spot on. As much as you can, I'm not going to even go into the fact like, oh, it's not like the real origins. They can't put Spider-Man in it. So, I mean, they did what they could.
Yeah.
But for me, it was really just, I wish it could have been more because there were notes in it I super enjoyed. And there's lots of little Easter eggs that were planted for people like us.
Yeah,
like
there's a
the
lot.
fact that there was a yellow symbiote, which was supposed to be Siren.
Yeah.
It died, unfortunately. But there was just lots of little notes and stuff like that. It was really cool. And then the ending got super disappointing because even though I'm super up for like a Woody Harrelson being, Carnage,
yeah.
that wig was just horrible.
That wig was so bad.
The wig, the idea, it was just such a, he said it. Like, you don't say the word ever. Come on. The movie, Venom, was what the trailer said it would be. And I think the trailer was very indicative of what came out. And sometimes I think that's cool. I think it was very indicative of.
I like that they're selling
movie
it
that you
now as
got.
a romance movie.
There's a lot of fun things you can do.
That's so weird to me.
Because I think it's kind of like my feelings.
But it works.
I think Aquaman's better than that by all means. I think Aquaman was a better film than Venom. But it had a similar thing where I thought it was not a good thing, but it certainly had parts that were fun. Alex, I see a page of about 160 movies.
I'm trying to narrow it down. between
Don't do your top
two.
5. Oh, dude, you can do 2.
Okay.
You can do 2. I'm gonna
Because they're
give you
both
2.
very important for very similar reasons.
Okay, what you got?
Bohemian Rhapsody,
Ooh.
Oh, I hate that I missed that.
Wow,
in theaters.
it didn't make your top 5.
no,
That's insane.
and Love, Simon.
Okay.
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 I think we're all 3 of us are trying to remember which movie that is.
Love, Simon is the one about the boy coming out to his family and his friends.
Okay.
And he like all these kids are on this thing kind of like Facebook, this blog site, and they post all these anonymous things, and then someone outs him,
Oh, wow.
and he has to deal with that.
Deal with that. Fallout.
And
Fair enough.
so I saw
Sounds
this
good.
while I was working at Disney,
Okay.
and a lot of all the girls that I went to, none of them went with, not to. No one was straight.
Oh, wow. Okay. Gotcha. So this is for the audience you saw it with, very
Mm-hmm.
impactful, I would imagine.
So lots of tears.
I'm sure. Yeah.
It does really well, not just representing the teenage life, because these were really relatable characters, but also what goes through the mind of a kid in that situation. And I've read a lot of reactions to that movie saying, like, I saw this with my parents. It gave me the courage to come out.
Oh,
and
gotcha.
It
Interesting.
helped my parents. That I've already come out to my parents, but they didn't realize the impact that their reaction to me coming out had until they saw this movie. Stuff like that. And so it was just
The other one,
very important
the
movie.
Bohemian Rhapsody, lots of backlash for it winning Best Picture, Best Drama at the awards
Golden
last night,
Globes.
Golden Globes.
Why?
Just because nobody really thought it deserved that. People
I disagree.
People liked it a lot, but
Yeah.
a lot of people thought that Black Panther and several other movies probably deserved
Mm-hmm.
it over. I've heard very, very, very mixed things about Bohemian Rhapsody. I've heard it is a
enjoyed
very.
it every second.
I want to see it because I love Queen. Probably my favorite rock band of all time. Probably. I love Queen a lot,
There you
like
go.
a whole lot. But I've heard it's very formulaic for that kind of, what do they call those movies?
Biopic?
Biopics. Yes, biopic. So
Biopic sounds like a
Who-
cybernetic thing.
has everybody done there?
Yes. Wait. Yes.
Yeah, I think everybody's
There's-
done there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Venom,
Yep.
Halloween, Black Panther.
Let's get to top 5.
Love Simon.
I'll go first because number 5, Black Panther.
Okay.
That's my number 2.
Wow.
Nope, don't say it.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it might be her number 2. We'll see.
There's mystery now.
4601.
Black Panther. Not much more to say about it. It was definitely great. Definitely a great movie. I could see for certain audiences it being the best movie ever. I mean, for what it did for representation. I think it's the first all-black cast in a massive blockbuster. Right? Is that right?
Don't quote me on that.
I feel like that's right.
And a massive
you're-
blockbuster
There's
has
been-
to be.
yeah.
Massive blockbuster, definitely.
Because like there's been all-black casts that have been in very good films and very meaningful
Right.
films. Specifically in the I don't know what you'd call it, but like the Boys in the Hood and that kind of that time period when we did a lot
One was
of,
Get
like,
Out.
Get Out was last year. No,
Year before.
year before
It
last.
was a big blockbuster, though.
That was a blockbuster.
Yeah.
So you could say Get Out,
but it wasn't at all.
Okay. Gotcha.
But I would consider it
Like
even though it's not.
90% plus at least, right?
Well, no,
No,
a lot
it
of
was
that
mostly
movie's
white.
it's mostly about.
I'm
white
talking
people.
about
Black Panther's
considered
a-
important African American film.
It's
Yes,
definitely,
yes.
but Black
Okay.
Panther, literally, we're talking like that is a
There's
almost.
one dude who's not.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
another movie I
very,
didn't mention for coming out. The Us, Them.
This Is Us?
Not This Is Us. No, that's a great show, though. The other one, written by the same guy.
I know what you're talking about. Jordan Peele and his
Yeah.
Black Horror is what they're touting it as. I can't remember.
What movie are you talking about? The one coming out soon?
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah.
It's just called
It
Us.
is called
It's
Us.
called Us.
I couldn't remember if it was Us or Them. I'm like, or is it Us or Them?
Alex.
And
It's
so-
we.
What is your number 5?
my number 5 is Incredibles 2.
Okay.
I am the body, to quote Rapunzel from Tangled, I am the lost princess. So
My God.
I can't not have a Disney movie, Marvel not included, on my list.
Fair enough.
Because Marvel owns Disney
Yeah,
now
it's-
because Disney will rule the world because
Disney
they already
owns
rule me.
Marvel. Flip that.
Literally, they already
Yeah.
legally.
Disney owns Marvel.
But
Flip that. You said Marvel owns Disney.
Yeah,
No,
sorry, you
it
know
could
what I mean.
never own Disney.
no,
Steven,
no,
number
we
5.
couldn't.
Number 5, Aquaman. We've already had a review about
Really?
this. Yes. It's not on my top 4. No. I got 4 other movies.
What upsets me is in your top 5, man.
You know what upsets me more is that it's in my top 5.
You're right beside a window. Jump out of it right now. Jump out of the window.
This will be the second time I've jumped out of it almost.
Just don't break my.
I'm
window.
going to aggressively move to Rayce. Number 5.
I'm about to jump out the
Oh,
window.
God.
Is it Aquaman?
It's Aquaman.
Hot garbage. Both of you. How you did this to me?
That's not even in my honorable mentions list.
So the reason
No,
I'm
that's
gonna
cool,
put it
man.
in there
I think it's awesome.
is simply because, for one, I'm so happy for Jason Momoa. I'm so happy.
Me
for
too,
him.
man. What a
And
hit for him.
Another thing,
Gonna do
on
$1 billion,
It's
probably.
gonna do amazing. But the other thing of it is, you made Aquaman cool, and that was the experience I want to win in there. It's the experience I want to leave. So it gave me what I wanted. Venom did not. So, and even Ant-Man the Wasp super disappointed me. So
Really?
that's
I
why
like
it went
Ant-Man
up
the
there.
Wasp. Not
I
top
don't
5,
think it
but it's
was.
fun.
I don't think it was bad. I just there's a lot of things that disappoint me, like the fact that they made Scott super smart in the first movie, but he appeared just super dumb in this one. So I didn't really like that. But other than that, that's the only reason that it kind of bumped up there.
Steven, anything you want to add to Aquaman since it was your 5 too, and I skipped over you because I was disappointed about it. Anything else you want to add?
I mean, I've already said everything. I just think Jason Momoa is that's my favorite version of Aquaman that I've seen.
Well,
yeah.
it's the best, so
Yeah,
it should be.
So that's all I can say.
Number 4 for me is a movie I saw 2 nights ago, and that is Hereditary. I thought the movie was
Good choice.
excellent.
I need to see.
I'm not going to spoil it
I'm
because you
dying.
need to see it as a horror fan. Here's the best thing I can say about it. If you've watched the trailers, which I'm sure you have,
Yes.
it's not the movie at all that you're going to get.
Really?
It's not what you
Oh,
think,
the trailers look
And-
so scary.
but
Yes, leave it at that.
in a better way.
Okay,
it's
so
a good
it's
way.
still
Yes.
scary.
It's still scary as but
yeah.
to me, like it's very rare the movie that actually scares me. It's very unsettling, and it goes. You don't know what hand it's going to play till the very end of it. Very good movie. Very good movie.
Got the kid from Naked
Performances.
Brothers band.
Performances are incredible across the board. There's not one performance that's not excellent. The main actress, not.
She's from US of Terra, right?
Who?
What's her name?
From what? I don't know her name.
US of Terra. I forgot her name. Colleen
Sure.
something.
She's incredible. Whoever she
Boy
is.
is the guy from the new Jumanji movie.
It is. He does a great
And
job.
he's one of the brothers from the Naked Brothers band
The little-
on Nickelodeon.
He is. He is.
I didn't
It's
realize that
weird.
till
I
my
didn't
sister
either.
pointed it out when
The
we
little
left
girl?
Jumanji.
Also fantastic.
Yes.
Her name is Toni Collette.
Toni Collette, not Colleen.
Yes, Toni Collette. She is.
Yes.
I told when I was watching it with my wife, I told her I was like, I don't know if she wanted anything for this, but she needed to. She deserves something for that.
Yes.
She's absolutely incredible in that movie, and she is asked to do everything. She's asked to act in every way a human can act. She has to do a lot of stuff. She has to carry. She carries the movie. It's one of those, like, it's a vehicle for her in a way. Let me show you what I can do, and she nails it. So Hereditary is my number 5, and I'm so glad a horror movie made it in.
4?
Number 4. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
number 4. Alex, number 4.
Infinity War.
Oh.
You jump out the window as well. It's not your
Here's
top
my
3. Jump out of the
defense.
window.
Here's my defense.
Jump out of the window.
It was a great movie.
It was.
But did anybody leave that movie happy or excited?
Who cares? It's not.
That's what I
So are you expecting to leave Hereditary happy or excited? It's bad news. It's not going to be
excited.
You didn't leave excited about what's to come? Are you kidding me?
I left
Mom was wholly
crying.
bad word.
Oh my God, you are.
What did I just watch?
I came here and I'm just disappointed.
Plus, one of my characters are one of the ones that is probably inevitable that he's not coming back. So I'm mad.
Fair enough. Bad answer, but fair enough. Number 4, Steven.
Game night.
Oh, I want to
I
see
have
that.
That's
not-
my honorable mentions.
There you go. Game
I
night.
want to see that.
A very charming. I love Jason Bateman. Jason
I do
Bateman
too.
is
Jason Bateman's
slowly becoming one of my favorite
I've seen it
actors.
twice already.
That's great.
His comedic delivery is just on spot. You got Rachel McAdams.
Is
and
he
she's
playing
just
a
adorable
Jason
as
Bateman
hell.
character that's like sort of like a normal guy who just
Yeah,
okay, he's
exactly.
great at
Yeah.
that. He's great at
He's
that.
great at that character, and he plays it so well. And it's just a game
so
night that goes
funny.
wrong.
It's weird because
And it's so funny.
I watch Kind of Funny is like the main thing I watched that YouTube channel, and
Yeah.
Tim Geddes was like all about that movie, and then everybody else that watched it hated it. But I can't wait to see it because he liked
Have
it a
you
lot,
seen
and now
Tag?
he does.
No.
It's up
I
there
heard Tag was
with
good.
Game Night. They were both like my funniest movies
Race
this year.
number 4.
So my number 4 is going to end up being Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay, excellent.
It was a really fun movie.
Need to see it.
Lots of really good acting out of Rami
They were
Malek.
very faithful.
There are lots of people that like I've heard several times like he looks just like the singer of Queen. The
Freddie
guitarist
Mercury.
looked just like Brian May. It was just and there's been some things that people will say, and it's true. There's a lot of stuff that isn't entirely timeline accurate in the
who
movie,
cares?
but who cares?
Yeah,
it was
it's
a
not what you're
great
saying it for.
movie. It was
They
super
had the
fun.
band
He
support
looked like
making it.
and that was probably why.
I want to
some
see
of
it
didn't
real
work.
bad, of course.
But anyways, that was probably why it
Another
was super
great
good.
representation.
I really want to see it. One of the main reasons I want to see it is because I am somebody who is bothered. Like, as you can tell from all these reviews and stuff, the art of filmmaking is something I'm passionate about. Like, if a scene is not shot well or not lit well, it bothers me. If a line's not delivered well, if a story is formulaic. And that's one of the things. So I can't wait to see that because it's something that my wife and I both have been wanting to see for a while, and we just missed it in theater. So
And there's so
I'd be
much-
surprised if I didn't like it because I love Rami Malek. I think he's great.
Oh yeah, and they work so hard. Like if you watch the concert at the end, they filmed it shot for shot to the real concert. Like they had them
Nice.
recreate
That's cool.
every
That's a
single
cool idea.
movement, every note.
Freddie is the man, dude. Freddie is my favorite vocalist of all time. Number 3.
Yes.
Best movies of 2018. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is my number 3.
What? It's that low on it for you?
That's very high for me.
This
because
is
what's
crazy
ahead of it.
because I think I know you're 1 and 2.
You
Easy.
probably do.
I want to get closer. I know you're 1 and 2.
You probably do.
Yes, I
Spider-Man
do.
Into the Spider-Verse is my favorite animated film of all time. Next, number 3, Alex.
A Quiet Place.
I haven't seen it.
Good.
That's one on my list for stuff I missed, and that's probably going to be watched this week. I've got a list of things to watch this week. A Quiet Place is one of them. Heard it's like Bird Box, but good.
I haven't seen Bird Box,
haven't
and I
either.
have no interest to because it's a quiet place with sight instead of sound.
As-
But the fact that this movie, a
Don't
big-
spoil anything, please.
No, it's not.
I'm going to watch it this week.
It's
Literally.
so good, but it's not just a horror movie. It's a family movie.
any horror movie that I think is like excellent, The Babadook I said earlier is probably one of my favorite of all time.
Really?
I like movies that are dramas. It's a horror movie, but it's more about something, and that's why
Right.
Babadook's so good.
This is like you
I want to see it bad.
feel for these people. You're attached to these people, and I'm just like, oh.
Add to the fact I'm a huge John Krasinski fan anyway.
And it's him and his wife. Like they're so
Yeah.
the chemistry in it is so genuine, and
yeah.
good, and
Excellent.
it was such a good movie.
Number 3, Steven.
Deadpool 2.
What? What'd you say?
Deadpool 2.
I thought you said nipple 2.
Nipple 2.
Nipple 2.
I thought
Yes.
Good lord, dude. Fair enough. Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2 was good. Deadpool 2 was good.
I'm a big fan of the movie Deadpool. Not too much into the comics.
You like the second one better than the first one or not?
It's a tie for me.
Okay, that's a
The reason why
legit
I
answer.
think 1 had the better quality jokes.
Okay.
I think 2 had the much more quantity.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're both so
They're
good.
the same movie in a weird way. They're not, but
Yeah.
they are. They're
if I had to
interchangeable.
I
pick
definitely
one-
understand what you mean.
Yeah, I think 1's stronger overall,
oh yeah.
just
Yeah.
because of the villain.
That was the problem.
That
too, for me,
yeah,
for sure.
But
For sure.
I mean, gosh, Domino was just like a very, very good addition
she was
I
awesome.
love
this.
2 is a movie I need to see again. I think I would get more out of
Yeah.
it the second time.
Same.
Race.
Okay,
Number
my
3.
number 3 is Black Panther.
Good.
Good.
I
Good
mean,
choice.
There's really nothing I can say that no one else already has. It was just an overall fantastic movie. Probably one of the best villains. I mean, Thanos may have topped it for me, but just the fact that, like, Thanos for certain things is just like he's evil, but there's certain things that you're like, okay, you clearly see yourself as the hero, but there's really not any like really redeemable qualities about
Yeah.
him. And not to say that, you know, Killmonger is redeemable by any means, but
Yeah.
he has a lot more, like, there feels like there's something a lot more personal there. And I was super upset that he didn't get a redemption at the end of it. I thought that's how that movie was going to
Not
end. Was
every
he was
villain
going
needs
to
a
become.
redemption.
And I don't think they do, but that's something that I felt
I
like they
wanted
were
to, but-
super looking. That was super going towards, especially when he like put him in front of like the sunset and stuff. I
Yeah.
thought that was what was going to happen. So I was a little disappointed, didn't it? Because I wanted to see more of that character.
Yeah, I agree.
No one in Marvel has gone
The
for good.
Marvel mistake of killing a lot of their villains is a problem for sure. I do think that he needed to be that. What is the word I'm looking for? Stubborn to the end. That's just his character. Like I think it fit really well.
I love Killmonger.
The last line that he gives about off the ship, like his ancestors, was really powerful.
Gosh,
Really
that
good
whole
movie.
scene after that, like, very
Incredible.
mediocre fight was amazing.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
And
it's
he
not in my top
won
five.
in the end.
That fight is not good. Number
Kinda.
two, getting so close. Number 2, Avengers: Infinity War. Number 2.
Wow!
Yeah, it's not my number 1.
Not the way I thought.
It's not my number 1.
This
Avengers:
is
Infinity
incredible.
War is incredible. The only 2 things I had against Avengers: Infinity War was that I thought it might not stand alone, and then my dad watched it and loved it. He loved it,
Oh, yep.
and he doesn't know any of this stuff.
Oh wow, he hasn't seen like any of the
We've
movies.
He
talked
saw,
about this already,
yeah. I think
right?
he's seen Age of Ultron.
Okay.
Maybe like 1 or 2 of them. But he didn't like. He knows Captain America from like just me as a kid, I guess. And Spider-Man he knew, but he was blown away by Josh Brolin as Thanos. He was like, every time I go to his house, he's asked me, who was the guy? I was like, Thanos, yeah. And that's the main reason I did not expect. The Russo brothers always said this is really more of a Thanos movie, but they always say that in every movie. It's like whatever villain they're trying to put on, this is more of a Killmonger movie, and it kind of was. But this really is a Thanos movie. This is
Yes.
Thanos' movie,
He
and the
was
Avengers
the
are
hero
secondary characters. It is not only is he in the story the hero of his own story, he is shot as the hero of his own story. He is lit as the hero of his own story. They let him smile at the sunset at the end. It is his movie, and Josh Brolin plays it in such an incredible way. You don't agree with him, but you see his point. You said a minute ago that Killmonger is more personal, and it is. But I think the fact that Thanos is more cold fits him.
Yes.
It's not personal. It is. This is just numbers. It's a raw numbers game. I'm doing what needs to be done. Get out of my way. The fact that the Avengers weren't willing to sacrifice and it cost him, and he wins, and he earned his win. I think the movie's incredible.
thought
I
of it
think
that
it's
way.
acted. Yeah, almost every Avenger could have ended it had they just been willing to give up. And the only one who, even though he undoes it by being foolish at the end, Star-Lord, he was the one willing to pull the trigger. So it makes his character, and that's why Thanos says, I know that he kind of, when he goes away that time, he's impressed with Star-Lord. I think the movie is remarkable to take the Marvel Universe, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, then you have Iron Man, then you have the seriousness of Captain America and Doctor Strange, and they were able to put them, they paired them off in the right groups.
And pretty seamlessly.
Completely seamlessly, and they carried the Thor Ragnarok came out right before it.
Yes.
So Thor Ragnarok, you could easily argue was the best one before this.
Shift.
Such a funny movie, and it comes out of the gate destroying what you just saw and loved. Right. That movie
was,
ends
like,
on a good note. Hey, we're gonna make it.
insane.
Nope, half the people are dead.
Gonna start crying in the
that was
first
a very-
15 minutes.
very ballsy
if you're
choice.
Alex Cardwell or
And you
Alex
should have
Wilson
been.
at the time.
Asgard is a home, but everyone who will live there will not make it home.
Yeah.
Where's my boy Korg?
Yeah.
Where's Valkyrie?
Where's Meek?
Korg and Meek survived. That was confirmed by the Russo brothers. That's good.
Valkyrie survived too. They've.
I think they said that too.
Yeah.
As well. Either way, that movie is incredible. The fact that when Thor, it has the Guardians of the Galaxy feel, then Thor gets on board, and then it has the Ragnarok feel.
Yeah.
I think the Russo brothers are two of the best directors working.
I don't
nowadays.
agree with
They are.
their choices on Loki, but whatever.
I think it fits the
What?
story.
They said
Anyway,
they killed him off because he's too old. I'm mad about that.
I think they should kill him off because he's too played out.
Why do they keep saying they're going to kill them off when they're literally tricking you with a character that's all about trickery?
And that he's got.
I agree.
He is gonna be back.
More
And he was
importantly-
gone for way too long.
I hope. I
I have a
genuinely,
lot of theories about this, guys. I have a lot.
I genuinely
theory.
hope he's gone.
I
love
You
Loki,
Shut your mouth.
But he's getting his TV show, so either that's going to be set in the past or it'll be in the future. I think it'll be in the future. I think he's coming back. That being said, number 2, Alex.
Black Panther.
What?
Black Panther.
Why can I not hear? Black Panther, excellent. Anything to add that hasn't been said?
It was just so beautiful.
It was beautiful.
The music was great.
Costumes
The
were
acting
great.
was great. The costumes were great. And once again, just a mostly, like, not only a full, like, person of color cast, but like a 90% female cast.
Yeah.
So, like...
I think they did badass females better than anything I've seen before.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I keep saying the best
Definitely.
supporting cast.
I think
better than Wonder
amazing.
Woman.
Okoye was
And
easily
I
more
thought
badass than Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman was when that came out. I was just like blown away.
Yeah.
And then Black Panther came
Better.
out, and I'm just like,
I love how so Okoye's like,
Shuri is my.
but
favorite.
Shuri, the fact that they
but
did like the different like Okoye's the
smarter than
badass, but
Tony
she's the
Stark.
smart. Like it's
Yes.
it's a great movie.
She's smarter than Tony Stark, and it's been like confirmed by the writers and all that stuff.
Such a good movie.
Like,
Because she didn't have alcohol.
True. To set her
touche.
back. But she's also like 12. Steven, number
Yes.
2.
Hereditary.
Ooh.
Really?
Yes.
Hereditary's good, y'all.
I gotta watch this now.
no
Like,
spoilers.
it was already on my
No
list
spoilers.
of things to
No
watch.
spoilers.
But
It's in the same style. Like, if I was going to watch 3 movies that were alike, back to back, I would pick The Witch, which I did enjoy.
I love The Witch. I love The Witch.
I did enjoy it. It's a great film.
It's a great
I
movie.
did enjoy it.
It's not enjoyable.
No, it's not.
I
It's a
just
good
say
movie.
I've seen spoilers and I'm like I can't I can't bring myself to watch
Yeah.
it.
Love The Witch.
The Babadook. Another film. Great film.
Love The
I
Babadook.
did enjoy it.
God, how? The movie's
Hereditary.
So good.
Great film. I enjoyed it. So third time is a charm for me on those type films.
It is very much on the same level as The Witch to me.
Yes.
It's not a
If-
happy movie.
If the movie credits start rolling and I sit there contemplating like, what the heck did I just watch? That's a good film.
I agree.
I think it's, yeah. No, I think that's an excellent point.
It's
Excellent point.
uneasy,
Most
and
of the
I
time.
love uneasy type feelings.
I do too.
Feelings. Feels?
Rayce,
Go.
number 2.
Ouch.
Go out. go gadget
Avengers
out.
Infinity War.
Number 2. What?
Oh, I don't need number 1.
I mean, there's really
Well, yeah. I know
there's
too.
there's really not much more. There's really not much more I can say on this movie. Brian pretty much said everything that I would need to. It was just very seamless. The casting was amazing, and just I can't give my praises more to that ending with Tom Holland. Just like what Brian said in one of our other podcasts, without that moment,
Yeah.
the dusting doesn't feel as impactful.
Completely. I remember thinking, wow.
Because
Oh, wow.
you know
And
they're
then
gonna
I
come
started crying.
back, but
Because like it got me with Black Panther because I was like, okay, they're not going to take him out. His film just did amazing. I mean, obviously we already know they're going to make more of them anyways, but I was like, they're not going to do that. And then
Yeah.
instantly when he dusted, I was like, oh,
But like his,
well then.
the fact
But-
that they let him perform for a second, let him.
And then,
Yeah.
as you were saying, like when he finally like has that thing, because obviously this is the first. They didn't want to explore those spider sense in his first movie, but the fact that they let him kind of show it off in this one was kind of neat as the reason why it took
he
it
knew.
so long.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
I thought that was a good thing to
He
kind of
knew
mention.
it was coming. You know, when you watch a movie, this is about number 1, by the way. When you watch a movie, and it leaves such an impression on you that you're like, whatever this filmmaker makes, I'm gonna watch everything he makes from now on. Right? You ever had that experience with a director?
Oh gosh, maybe. Not
In
top of my
high
head.
school, I did.
I have a
but
couple.
my
I've had several of
opinions
them.
have changed
So,
a
for
little
instance,
bit.
like the first time I saw
Yes, actually, yes.
Pulp Fiction, I was like, okay, I'm in for whatever Quentin Tarantino does, and I love all his movies without exception. Even the ones that aren't great, I like.
I'll give you 3 guesses what director I follow religiously, at least through high school.
I feel like it should have been easy. It is
an easy one.
Who is it?
It's Tim Burton.
I was going to say, okay. That's what I thought. Now, Tim Burton, first of his career, I'm on board. Then he got kind of out of hand. When I watched Ex Machina, I loved Ex Machina so much. I thought Ex Machina was incredible. It's one of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time. And I said, I will watch anything that man directs because it was so, on a low budget, he got an incredibly gorgeous film with an amazing performance that lets you think at the end. So last night, I watched Annihilation for the first time. And I was blown away by it. It's been probably my top 10 films of all time. I think it's an incredible sci-fi movie. It's the kind that is about 10 things at once, and it can be about what you want it to be in a weird way. It's certainly about cancer. It's certainly about loss. It's certainly about self-destruction in a incredibly beautiful way. It has scenes that are, and I mean like literal images on the screen that are horrific and beautiful in the same time, and it makes you, and it confuses you. The movie is incredible. The sound design, especially at the end, is remarkable. The performances across the board are stellar. It's Oscar Isaacs and Natalie Portman. The movie is far and away the best thing I saw this year. And if you, well, I mentioned earlier that I like the Babadook a lot, and the reason I like the Babadook is because if you took away the monster and took away the horror of that movie, and it was just about a mom dealing with grief, it's a great film. Same thing with this movie. If you took away all the sci-fi elements and it was just about cancer or about destructive late relationships, it's just as good. But the fact that they were able to use sci-fi, such an interesting concept, to explore those things, to me, just makes it way more powerful. So if you haven't seen that, definitely watch it. It's one that as soon as it's over with, you will sit there and you'll just think about it for like an hour. You're just like, what did I just watch? What did that mean? That scene is way more. I'm not going to spoil anything because there's 3 or 4 parts that I think are genuinely just groundbreaking. Number 1, Alex.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
That's what I assumed.
Yep.
I just love that movie so much.
It's really good.
It's so good. It's so, like I said, Black Panther is so pretty.
It is gorgeous.
The music is so good.
It is
the
good.
representation is amazing. And then just the whole message about anyone could put on the mask and how it's like already impacting a whole wave of people making their spider sonas and doing all that. I'm just like,
it is incredible. Steven, you need to watch that.
I do.
How dare you not see it?
I forgot you haven't seen
Isn't
it
that
yet.
ridiculous?
Oh my god.
Okay, Mr. Ridiculous.
Miss Ridiculous,
Number
yes.
1 for you.
Okay, well, it's the one that got spoiled for me, even though it's still made number 1, and I can see no other film coming close to it. Even though Hereditary was really good, it's
great.
still Infinity War.
Infinity War's number 1 for you. I didn't think that. It's awesome.
And the reason why is because, and you're gonna like laugh at the reason, because I was sitting in bed, and
I'm listening.
I turned on Netflix, and the first thing that pops up is just the little small tidbit of Avengers that plays Infinity War, where Thanos, Doctor Strange comes up to him, makes the pillar fall, or or Iron Man's got the thing, and those 20 seconds made me realize I really enjoy this movie.
That's awesome.
Still, F all my friends.
That's
I say
disgusting.
F.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is disgusting.
Frick all my friends who like ruined it for me with their clever memes and whatnot.
I hate that. You got to give a movie like a month before you start doing memes that obviously ruin it. Like you
Or
know
you
that
tag the meme.
before I see any every time a movie comes out, that's like a big deal. It's like the 4 things without spoiling the movie.
Yeah.
I hate that because if you're remotely intelligent, you can figure out what they're talking about. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? The
I'm
4
bad
pictures
about
out of
this.
context.
I
hate
really
it.
like
You just
Bothers
don't
me.
put a meme that's in a group chat that literally says, "I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark." I can put 2 and 2 together. I'm not dumb.
Yeah, one person calls him.
Only one person calls him Mr. Stark.
If you don't feel so good, this is a movie about
Exactly.
people getting dusted. So yeah,
Yep,
that's a
there it
good
is.
point. Rayce.
Spider-Man
Into
Into the Spider-Verse.
I thought so.
So, for
We're
me,
husband and
it
wife
was-
after all.
yay! So for me, it was very much like a aside from the fact I'm a big Spider-Man fan, which everyone knows,
yeah.
I've mentioned it probably at least once per podcast almost
sure?
at this point. Maybe.
I don't know.
It's highly
All right.
possible.
We need to do it for another like 10 podcasts.
Yeah, I'm not quite at I'm not quite at Metal Gear Rising.
Gosh, yes, there it is.
Not quite at Suicide Squad level.
So there they are.
Is this some kind of Metal Gear?
So for me, it was like very much like it was an amazing art style. The casting was phenomenal.
I didn't even get into that.
Even though Brian did state like he still feels strongly about the way it was voice acted, he did come
He's
around
wrong,
and talk about
so-
how
Jay Johnson's
great
great. He did great. He did
amazing
great.
as
Performance
it.
is awesome.
So the fact that
He's
happened,
right
I was
now.
super proud of. But other than that, it was just phenomenal art style, everything, the music that went well with everything. Because even like when I play video games and stuff like that, if there's a moment, a moment can be amazing, but if you have great music to go behind it, and we've already talked about the scene, I'm not going to go over it again.
Are you sure? Because I could go over it.
Yeah, we really could, but no. It really is just fantastic, and the next one they make, I'm sure, is going to be amazing. Even if it's not as good as like usually what happens with sequels,
Amazing,
I'm still going to watch it.
spectacular,
It's going to be ultimate.
I agree. 2018 was fantastic in movies, I thought. Very good year.
2018 was fantastic.
my-
Sorry, my favorite movie this year was my wedding video. So
that counts.
it was amazing.
I had a bit part in that one.
Yeah, Brian was in it.
Good performance.
That's my sister's
people's-
favorite part of the movie.
That's hilarious.
You're a wonderful co-star.
Oh, hey. Can't knock the talent. So one my commitment to this podcast is that I'm going to watch a lot more movies this year, and we're going to have a lot more movie content within the podcast, for sure.
Oh, we're doing New Year's resolutions.
No, I'm just
I'm
saying.
about to say, should I actually start playing some video games other than Pokemon?
I'm actually going to do a lot of New Year's resolutions when it comes to my hobbies and video games.
Let's
and stuff like
yeah,
that,
we'll,
so.
we can actually do. You want to do like a entertainment New Year's resolution podcast next week?
Yes.
Let's do that.
Why not?
It's
Sounds good to me.
still
Yeah.
early in January.
Oh, so we're just entertainment, right?
Sounds like a plan. Exactly. That's all I got. Thank you guys for joining us.
Did anybody see Teen Titans go to the movies?